Inch DuraPan Nonstick electric skillet. Why do you want an electric skillet? Well, for 1,000 different reasons, one of those being you can literally cook anywhere as long as you can plug it in, just a regular outlet. So red or black. If you were watching yesterday, you saw other colors. Those colors are gone. These colors are going to be gone too, but red or black are your choices.
You guys absolutely love this. I just showed it a couple of times yesterday, and it just went like that.
Yeah.
So let me start here with the little breakfast. So here it is. It's that gorgeous little square, 8-inch, perfect if you're cooking breakfast for 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people. I'm actually going to do a scrambled egg. Now, you know and love me for my DuraPan. That is what we're going to be using here. I'm going to do a scramble. Okay. Over here, I just threw some shrimp in. Ooh. So again, they just went in. The tails have already turned pink. They were all green when I first put it in. I'm going to go ahead and add my aromatics to it. Okay. So I've got some shallots. I've got a little garlic that we're going to do sort of a garlic shrimp dish over here. I've got some beautiful parsley that I go ahead and do. Now, don't forget, you get the lid with this as well, right? So once you get your ingredients in here, and you can just see how much I'm able to sort of go ahead and pack in there. I'm only using just a little bit of the capacity. A little bit of white wine. We're going to create a little steam. Okay. And then, of course, you can hear that bubble almost immediately. Pop your lid on, and now we're going to finish our shrimp off. So you can use it to do a great stir fry. You can use it for breakfast. Over here, I actually threw some steaks in. So look, if you've got some filet mignon, maybe you were smart and picked up my filet mignon yesterday. I think we're below 100 of them now. Oh my gosh. But here they are. Look at that gorgeous colour that you're able to get. Yes. So yes, it gets nice and hot, and you can see that brilliant colour, that gorgeous caramelisation that we're going to get. Right. So I'm cooking steak. I'll do some cream spinach in here as well. Once those steaks are done, I'll come back to it. Let me jump ahead. Okay. Here's that beautiful egg that we put in just moments ago. Have a look at how nothing sticks to the DuraPan, you guys. You ready for this? Let me make a little space here so you can actually see the product. Okay. Look at this. Look at how nothing sticks, right? And that, my friends, is the genius of DuraPan.
That's right.
It is 10 times stronger than any other non-reinforced cookware on the market. You can see how I'm doing these eggs right before your eyes. They happen really, really quickly.
That's right.
Maybe you want to give someone that Mother's Day gift. Maybe you want to give someone that beautiful Easter little hostess gift. By the way, yesterday we had these set up as a wonderful little buffet.
Oh, wow.
Mashed potatoes in one, carrots in another. I had my green beans in my third.
Great idea.
So you can get more than one of these, you guys, and that's why I think we went bananas yesterday and we're so low on the volume.
I'll tell you this, they go from 175 degrees Fahrenheit to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. So you've got so you're cooking in these. Oh, yeah. You're keeping warm in these.
Well, look at
You're
this.
serving in these.
My shrimp are done. We started 2 minutes ago. My shrimp are now fully cooked, right? Yeah. Let me just unplug it and give you a little look here. Okay. I might just put a couple of little knobs of butter because that'll be beautiful in terms of its flavour.
Butter makes everything better.
Now, you've got your, like any electric skillet, have a look behind here for me and I'll show you. There's the dial, right? Okay. I've got it set to high here. That's why it's bubbling away. It goes down to medium and, of course, all the way down to low, which is basically a keep warm or a buffet setting. Once you're ready to serve, all you're going to do is unplug. You can pick this up, you could drop the lid back on and take it through to your dining table and let people help themselves.
Oh, wow.
Or, if you want to, Tamra, you can go ahead and just serve them directly from the pan. Oh, look, I've done 2 portions here. Yes. Right, looking absolutely gorgeous. And of course, you know and love me for the wipe out.
That's right.
All I do is I just wipe that puppy out and you've got a clean... Now, yes, you can take it over to the sink and you can wash it in the sink, but why would you bother when you can just wipe it out, I plug back in, and I keep cooking in the same pan?
You're ready to go, and this is the thing. You plug it in, there's no, it's not complicated in order to figure out how to use it. Take it anywhere. And I love the idea that you're never serving. If something's supposed to be hot, that's when it's best. It's always going to be served at its best because you can keep it hot here.
Look at the eggs.
Look at that.
I mean, that's the cleanup, right? The eggs fall right out of the pan. Of course, if I want to give that pan a wipe, all I do, like with all my DuraPans, this is whether it's the electric or not, you just wipe it out and you've got a spotless little skillet in no time. This is 8 inches, so this is that perfect little individual size, but don't get it wrong. I mean, check this out. I've done my rice in here. Look at that beautiful rice. If I wanted to dump that out and show you the capacity of it, I can. You ready? 1, 2, 3. I tip the whole thing out.
Oh, perfectly done.
A look at that perfect rice. You get that little bit of colour, that caramelization if you leave it in, which I absolutely love.
Yes.
Look at that steamy, fantastic rice that you get right there.
That's a lot of rice,
Sure
too. If you
is.
were thinking 8 inches not big enough, you can see what the capacity that you've got right there.
Well, here I've done a couple of curries. Let me use those flowers over there. Ooh. Have a look. This has been turned down to a simmer, right? But look at the quantity of curry that you might want to serve your guests. Now, I've got 1, 2, 3 ladles going in here.
Oh my.
Guys, this is an 8-inch, but because of that square construction, first one I've ever seen, actually. I've never seen a square one before. I did an 8-inch round many years ago.
Yes.
Again, one of my favorite products and one of my customers too. So you see those 2 big bowls of curry that I just dished out?
Yes.
And I've only used about half the quantity.
For
so
sure.
it really is a great value here. Tamara, if you're doing that buffet, check this out. See how it'll keep water at a boil for you, right? So I'm boiling over here. I'm going to go ahead and throw my my green beans in. Pop your lid back on so you're blanching.
Okay.
Up here, you can make a little soup. I've actually got some gorgeous carrots working. So this is going to be my little Easter buffet.
Oh, love this.
Mashed potatoes. I've got my carrots. I've got my green beans. They'll be ready in just a hot minute.
Yes.
You could do glazed beans if you wanted to. Look at those beautiful
Look at that.
mashed potatoes.
Look at how much you can put in. Again, so whether you're cooking for a few or a lot, maybe these are going to be your sides. Maybe these are going to be, this is what you take with you. This is what you bring to the table and it stays hot. And this is, you hear the sizzle.
That's right.
So you can hear the power of this. Red or black is your only choice. It's all you have to decide, and we will send it right on out to you. Comes with the lid, and you'll notice Chef is using certain utensils. You can use any utensil.
You can use anything, stainless steel, doesn't matter. Yep.
Yes, for sure. So go ahead and shop. 894-757 is the item number. And if you're looking at these on hsn.com, if you want to use that flex pay, about $8 on a credit card. Seriously.
Oh, yeah. So that's the chicken piccata dish. I did capers, parsley, a little butter with my veg. I'll let the vegetable finish off. No time at all, and that'll be done. Over here, I've got my meatballs.
Ooh.
I mean, a delicious way. If you're cooking for a smaller group, I mean, I know a lot of people just cooking for one.
Yeah.
My mum's often cooking for one.
Yes.
By the way, so am I, and I have a big family, but quite often my family are eating at different times because I've got one kid doing tennis, one kid doing soccer, another kid in a band. Yeah. I've only got 2 kids, but they've got lots of different activities.
Yes.
They're coming and going is my point.
Right.
A little bit of Parmesan cheese goes over the top there. So one thing that we like to do is we'll make meatballs and then you can leave them in the pan. So no matter what time you're coming home, your dinner's hot and it's ready to go. Because you know me, I'm in the restaurant, so quite often I'm coming home a little later than the boys are from their soccer practice. Look at those beautiful meatballs.
And you know what? It's always more appealing when it's hot and ready for you versus you having to reheat.
Absolutely.
And so the fact that you can plug this in, you can keep it on low if you want to. It's about 175 degrees on low. Goes up to 475 degrees on high, which is fantastic.
Yep.
And all you do is plug it in, plug the heating element into the skillet, and then plug the heating element into the wall. That's it.
I'm going to do a fun little fondue.
Oh.
So this is fruit. You can set this up and then you can put this in the middle. I've got a friend who just texted me. I gave him one as a gift when we were doing the samples. Dave, actually, my cameraman. And his wife's family Korean. And he said, we do the most incredible hot pots. That's what gave me the fondue idea. Because I was like, actually, you could put this in the middle of the table and let people, whether it's chocolate or cheese, let them dip. Look, even a little cookie. This could be a great little dessert for your Easter. It's a nice way to sit around and enjoy together as well, Tamara, right?
Yes, right. And it just, again, when we are wanting to get together with our family and friends, we want to make it easy on ourselves if we're doing the hosting, but we also, this is a way for it to be interactive. This is a way for it to be really simple for you.
Yeah.
If you are trying to get, maybe you have your hors d'oeuvres in here, your appetizers in here, and you want everybody to leave your kitchen. You put this where you want them to be, and it frees up your kitchen, which is fantastic. Take this with you if you're somebody who goes and you take food to your kid's school or to your church or something like that.
Well, Tamara,
this allows you to make it easy.
It sure does. Look at this. I've just done dinner for 2, right? By the way, when I want to clean this out, you know me for my wipeouts, right?
Yeah.
All you're gonna do is wipe that pan clean and you can start cooking again. Maybe you wanna do some more veggies. Go ahead, toss them in. Hear that sizzle? Now, let's show them the animation, Tamara, because it's a really wonderful product. I need you to understand why it's built the way it's built, because you're going to absolutely love cooking with this, you guys. Okay, 8 inches, but it's that beautiful square size, so you actually get very, very simply and easily to cook more than if it was round, right? It's a beautiful size.
Okay.
You get the DuraPan. Like every product I make, you get that brilliant DuraPan, 800 watts of power, so you can get that beautiful sear. We've also embedded that element into the cookware. That's a much better way than just sitting the cookware above the element. So this way you get the heat faster and you get it more consistent. You can take it from your dining room to your table, your kitchen table. You can take it from your kitchen. You can take it outside. You can take it in an RV to a kitchenette.
That's right.
To Granny's EDU, ADU, whatever you like.
And you literally, when you say take it with you, you've got handles.
Yep.
You've got the lid.
Stay cool handles too.
Stay cool handles. You've got the lid. This is where you plug in this heating element. You can do this. You just plug it right in here. And then this goes into any outlet. And guess what? Now you're cooking. It's really as simple as that. And when it comes to the size of this and the way that it's made, it's 8 inches, but a lot of times when we see skillets, they're really narrow. So I love that you gave us the height on this, so we could make all of the rice or the soups and things. You would never make soup in a traditional flat skillet.
Well, look at this. I've done 2 beautiful, these are big crab cakes, right? Now, if I wanted to, I could easily put another 2 in. I'm just showing you that I've got lots of space. Now, I'm always saying you don't have to cook in oil, and you don't have to. But I tell you what, if you want to use a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, you'll hear this sizzle and bubble away pretty much instantly. Especially when you're doing something breaded, that little bit of oil can be really delicious with it. So a little bit of parsley over the top. I'm going all the way back because I think my cream spinach and steaks are ready to roll.
Okay.
Look at the caramelization.
Look at how much food you've cooked already, just across the table.
So many beautiful ways to cook. That's the thing. Now, once your steaks are done, all I'm going to do, you've got a plate there for me, Amanda, and I'll throw these steaks onto the plate.
Okay.
While that comes on over here, watch this. A little bit of shallot, right? We're going to saute that. A little bit of garlic. Okay, thank you very much. Gorgeous. So we put our steaks right here. Right, a couple of those. Then let's spread our shallots all in the same pan. This is what I love about it. You can literally do everything in that one job. Then in goes my spinach. You'll see that spinach start to wilt real quick.
Right.
You just saute that up. Again, you don't have to put oil. If you want to, you can, but you don't have to.
That's right.
I'm actually going to do a cream spinach. I'm going to put just a little bit of butter because I love the flavour of the butter as that melts down with the spinach. And then I've got a drop of white wine. Again, you can grab a lid. And then hear that sizzle? That's the kind of temperature we're talking about, right? So you can saute, you can brown. Once that white wine starts to evaporate, thanks so much. I'm going to add just a drop of cream. You don't need to put too much cream. It's just really a drop of cream to make that gorgeous cream spinach.
Look how fast this is. Do you see how fast this is working?
And I already sauteed the steaks. You know, so you're able to use out of this one pan so many great things.
That's right.
Now, if you want the lid does come with it, of course. You can drop the lid on, especially for your slow cooks, because you can do your meatballs. You can do a little batch of chili. You can do that kind of stuff, and it's really simple and easy to do.
Yes.
While we wait for that spinach to just wilt down, let me show you. Even doing breakfast first thing in the morning, I mean, check this out. You can do an egg. Yes, you can do a scramble, but you can also just go ahead and fry a couple of eggs as well if you like.
Yeah, really simple. And this is, too, you can bring the cooking to you.
That's right.
If you're somebody who, you know, the idea of a 4-burner stove might be a little bit daunting. Maybe it's hard, you know, to reach over, you know, that burner and all that heat on you. What's great is that you can bring this to your level.
That's
you can
right.
sit down, you can have a lower counter and bring this to your level,
Yeah.
and you cook where you're comfortable.
Well, you know what? My mum, she's a good cook too, my mum. She said to me, I gave her one of these when we were just developing it, and she's like, love, I never use my stove anymore. Now, don't forget, you've got that little dial back here. I've got that on high. Of course, you can turn that down to medium. You can turn it all the way down to keep warm. And then when you want to serve this, maybe you want to just unplug it, and then you can just pick this up and take it to wherever you're going to eat. Or, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and pour my cream spinach all over that steak. Of course, the best part is the cleanup, because all you're going to do is get a little wet towel, give it a wipe, and you've got a clean pan in no time whatsoever. And plug it back in.
And using it over and over. We love DuraPan. This is something that, you know, from the time that Chef Curtis Stone created this, it has literally been a favorite because of the ease of cook, the ease of use, the ease of clean. You can really depend on that even heat. Do you see that? That is a perfectly cooked steak.
So that's that beautiful filet mignon. By the way, you guys, the filet mignons, I think there was 100 at the top of the hour. There's probably less than that now. But let me just show you how much you get out of each one. I'll just slice short for you. Look at that beautiful medium rare that you achieve in this perfect little pan.
Oh my gosh.
So if you're interested in the fillets, we have the salmon Wellingtons that you just saw. We've got some shrimp coming up for you a little later on. Lots of delicious food. So there's the steak. We did the shrimp. We did the scrambled eggs. Now I'm frying my eggs. Check this out. You saw me put no oil or butter, right? The great thing about these handles, Tamara, feel that. Feel how they stay cool handles?
Yeah.
That's really important, right? Because for me, even though you're cooking at high temperatures, you can sear, I still want you to be able to pick it up and not have to worry about getting a towel to do that. Now, my eggs probably need another 20 seconds or so, but you can just see them so simply put in there. No oil. No butter.
And do you see the tools that Chef is using? Those are also available. We've got them right there along the side of your screen. If you want to go ahead and pick those up, you're going to get the spatula and the spoonula. And those are going to be, you know, great for when you're using your DuraPan or actually any time.
That's right.
So if you wanted to pick those up, we still have them in black and in red.
And see, even with no oil or butter, I'm able to just slide those eggs around, no problem whatsoever, right? So it's very, very simple and easy to do.
For sure.
I'm going to come back down here. You saw my curry. This is that buffet that we were talking about earlier on. So I've got my carrots working up here, and you can see, yes, it will hold a boil for you, right? That's bubbling away. I blanched my green beans earlier, so you can see you can not only use it as the buffet that you're going to serve in, but you can also be boiling in this.
That's right. And I like that you have a choice. Like here you're boiling, but the potatoes don't need to be boiled.
That's right.
It's not just an on or off button. You can control the temperature. You can cook accurately. You can keep warm accurately. I know that we could literally have spent the entire hour just on this 8-inch electric skillet, but I want to make sure you get yours. These are not heavy, I should also say, so if you did want to get a couple of them, and this is how you cook, this is the way you go. Oh, see, that's why I come prepared with a fork. You can go ahead and get yours, all right? In either red or in black. 894-757 is the number there.
You know what this buffet is going to be perfect for? The ham. That's where we're going next.
Perfect. All right, go for it, all right? And definitely do not miss out.